Here on ESPN, it is a top 20 matchup in the SimWorld U poll, and what should be a fantastic contest in what some may call the house that Ed Coley built, Capital One Arena, Davidson, Georgetown. Here on ESPN. My name is Samuel Goldberg. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm joined alongside by the legendary Rico. Rico, these two teams, they have had excellent starts to the season. Potential hoopsteria matchup later down the road.
Yeah, and I think the real key out of this matchup is going to be which team is going to get back into the winning ways. We have two teams that are coming in on a bit of a losing streak. I think that both teams have dropped two. Who is going to be the team that takes a positive step forward tonight?
Exactly. That's something that both these teams need to figure out here. Both teams on a little bit of a schneid, but definitely we'll see how Antley Backman will handle things for Georgetown. Can he and his supporting cast pull out this victory at home against Davidson? What do you think? Or will Benjari James and Davidson pull off this upset that they need to get back on the right track, Rico?
Man, I want to bet on Davidson, especially when you talk about Benjari James. I think that with his Benari James, 16.4 points and his 5.8 rebounds. This guy is a stud as a freshman, and so I want to bet on Davidson. I really do, so I'm excited to see him.
Both teams in the early feeling it out process. I feel like, Rico, each basketball game that we broadcast, it always kind of feels like a UFC fight or some sort of boxing match. That first 5 minutes is that real feel it out type thing, and then as we progress further in, we start to see blows coming from both teams.
I definitely believe that. I was just flying in from that Maryland and Nova game last night. Super exciting. And you talk about the body blows and going back and forth. That generally does happen. Initially, I was almost sniped last night just talking about it's just your nerves, right? Until you get past that first tip. And so, yeah, I think it is going to be a little bit of a back and forth affair.
Benjari James gets the first bucket on the board for gets the first bucket on the board for Davidson. He's going to have to come up large, Rico, if Davidson wants to pull off the upset here tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, he's also a playmaker as well. So expect for him not just to score the basketball, but he knows how to get teammates into great spots so they can score the basketball. So this guy can just about do everything for Davidson.
Both teams a little bit sloppy here on the offensive end, not taking some good quality shots as we're knotted up at 2 apiece here as we're just 2 minutes into this contest here on ESPN. Inside, right hand layup is good. Georgetown out in front early. And, Rico, this is exactly this type of atmosphere here that the Hoyas need, especially coming off a couple game break. There's a rack attack right there from Benjari James. Early 4 points for him.
Right on cue. Did you see how he just left him with the crossover, simply rocked him to sleep, and then finished? That's a grown man's jam.
That is definitely a crowd silencer. That's a nice block battle for possession, and, well, that one goes out of bounds as the two players were getting it tied up on the play that was Nick Hugo and JoJo Carney. Getting tied up, Carney's foot stepped out of bounds, so it will be Davidson ball. But it's funny, as I was mentioning atmosphere, that James slams that one down.
You are. And then also, too, I want to go back to, you just mentioned Nick Hugo. He's another player that I'm looking forward to seeing, a freshman. He's got a lot of spring there. You see the strength as well to tie up the offensive player. So he's another player to watch for in tonight's game.
This Davidson roster has a great mix of youth and veteran presence, and it's, while these last 2 games it hasn't really worked out, but what we've seen so far throughout the season is that Davidson knows how to really put together a run here in these early games. That was a nice slam on the opposite end for Georgetown.
Yeah, and you talk about that. So now I want to see, which team is going to establish their offensive identity, because right now it seems like defense is optional. They're just giving up the lanes.
Well, I mean, we're seeing greatly contested shots here in this early part, but now, like we're saying, the feeling out process, we're starting to see a couple of blows back and forth. What both teams trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. James hands it at the top of the key. James crosses over, trying to go inside in the painted area. A free throw line jumper rims off, no good. Georgetown goes right to left. On the break, inside, and on a rack attack. That's Jay Laster. Georgetown and the Capital One Arena back on their feet, willing their Hoyas here on this defensive possession.
Yeah, and Jay Laster is another guy to look forward to see in tonight's game with Georgetown, coming in at 14.8 points a game, 5.8 rebounds a game. He has a lot of activity out there, so looking for that tonight.
Here's a jumper that's a little bit short, and Georgetown has an opportunity to go up 2 possessions here. They're finding success inside early.
Yeah, and another dump down. Let's see what they can do with it.
Contested shot.
Yeah, he just pushed it off the iron, but it's still good offense, though. I liked the look there.
Here's a corner three. That's no good. Rebounded by the Hoyas. And leading the break is Backman. He'll kick it out to Singleton. Singleton will work the offense here for the Hoyas. Turnover. No, great job right there by Laster to get it back. Laster has 10 seconds on the shot clock, being guarded closely. Laster with 7. Laster gets it screen. Laster pull up jumper, no good.
No, and that was pretty good offense considering that the shot clock was going down. I think he had a good look off that pick and roll, so that's good offense right there, even though it was a miss.
14:40, excuse me, to play here in our opening half. Here on ESPN, number 16 ranked Davidson on the road here. That's a nice jumper. Benari James again.
He has such a great feel for the game. Did you see how he just came off of that, got to his step back, and just, the form is beautiful.
Georgetown on the opposite end. Just like hot knife through butter into the painted area. Keith Singleton slamming it down. Georgetown finding success in that painted area, especially around the rim.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if somebody could just stand in front of an offensive player and play some type of defense on these rim runs, because right now, everybody's just kind of getting out the way.
It's Hoya bully ball hour right now. Singleton on a drive, up with the left hand, rims off, no good. Rebounded by Foreman.
Yeah, I mean, you got it.
Doucette has it on the far elbow. Brings it back out to the top. Just hands it off to Odom. Odom swings it over to Foreman. Foreman on the drive will get called for the charge and will go the other way. Crowd really enjoying the play here early as we'll see our first substitutions come in.
Yeah, that was good defense. That was great defense. I like how he stood in front of the offensive player and actually took the charge. Somebody actually wanted to play some defense on these open drives.
And those types of plays, too, Rico, always have a soft spot in my heart because I love seeing guys willing to put their bodies on the line for their teams. And that's something that, especially with both these teams coming in with two-game on a two-game losing streak, you know, it's good to see that these guys are so willing to compete given the times that they're playing in right now.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: it's always okay, or you're always great when things are going well, or whatever the case may be. But you find out the real, true character when things aren't going well, and so that's what we're seeing with both these teams right now.
That's a fantastic shot right there by Nick Donato, the team captain of this team. Some might call him the best sixth man in the nation, especially for Georgetown. That was a great shot right there. Georgetown up 5 here on Davidson, but oh my goodness! Slamming it down is Taekwon Artfield Landrum.
Man, they continue to get to the rack. I think that might be the story of the game. Who wants to stand in front of who on these rim drives?
This is starting to feel like a dunk contest right now, Rico. Corner three. Oh, nylon right there for Georgetown.
Man, and the offense is picking up too. You can definitely tell that the energy is picked up off of the dunks, and I guess suddenly now the rim is a lot bigger. Everybody's scoring.
Wildcats call a timeout. 12:07 to play here in our opening half here on ESPN. We'll be right back.
Car's all yours.
Thanks. Cars.com's expert reviews made it easy, but...
Shouldn't there be more back and forth?
You missed the drama, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this will do the trick.
It's a puppy.
Not a puppy, a wolf.
What now?
He's a wolf, and that is its incredibly protective mother.
Put the wolf down.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Okay.
So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold me down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold me down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold me down. Y'all know.
Welcome back here on ESPN. Georgetown up early here in this one, 16-10. Bit of a dunk contest here early. What does Davidson have to do to just tighten up defensively inside?
Yeah, I mean, so what I want to see from Davidson, it looks like that their perimeter defenders look a little bit off of balance. And so I think that they've just got to get a little bit better as far as their defensive stance and their awareness there. Perhaps that stops some of these drives coming down the lane here and helps Davidson really climb back in from a defensive standpoint.
Keontae Descent's usually a reliable defender, but he's been really the main focal point of where the Georgetown team is going and attacking, which is quite surprising early on in this game, don't you think, Rico?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. And, you know, again, he's one of those guys that I think we were talking about this before the game started, that, he's definitely going to be an impactful player. And so let's see if he can start to bring that to fruition here as the game continues on.
Davidson out of the timeout. See how they respond here after this hot start for Georgetown. Here's a straightaway three. That is good. A big response out of the timeout from Grayson Durst, the junior from Durham, North Carolina. And they get it back. On the break. Trying to find a little bit of daylight inside. They have a 3-point opportunity. Durst pulls the trigger. Oh, he's got it! And just like that, Davidson is tied.
Heater, man, back-to-backs. Those were great sets, the same spot. I love how they got him activated right there. The 6'8 junior can really see over top of the defense, and he's a terrific free throw shooter as well. So this has got to be good to see the ball going early.
That's a nice response from Georgetown after back-to-back three-pointers from Davidson, and now we're starting to see some daylight open up beyond the arc. Durst open again! Oh, man, that would have been a big make there for the junior. Had he could have made that, how will Georgetown counter? Here in their offensive set, Smith has it. Smith sends it out to the wing. Mulkey.
Great defense right now from Davidson, too.
Mark Mulkey throws it inside. The little runner is good. Basket right there by Etley Beckman.
Yeah, that was tough because that was good, like just one-on-one defense. That was just better offense right there, being able to go to the top.
There's a nice play right there from Davidson to open up Taekwon Hartfield Landrum on the slam. Davidson slowly finding a little bit of success in the pick and roll as that one rims off.
Yeah, and I could expect for Georgetown to go back there to the well because we know that he is expected to be a second-round pick in the next level, and so we saw a little bit of how good he can be as a scorer in that last play out.
Long rebound collected by Georgetown. They'll go the other way, and the layup is good through contact. And the Wildcats will have to call another timeout as Brandon Smith gets the bucket. Rico, gotta like how how Georgetown has responded to those two quick trigger threes from Davidson.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've done a terrific job in responding, and I think that really I do like Davidson's activity, even though that they're still down. Again, we just talked about it was Durst there just knocked down a couple three-point shots. He really should have knocked down that last one, and anytime you can get the others to start to play well, this is how you can really upset a team, or surprise a team. So he's only coming into this thing averaging 4.3 points a game. He's already at 6, and so he might be a huge factor in this game for Davidson.
Are any of our viewers and YouTubes realizing a strategy that could be better implemented than what either coach is running right now? Well, if you join today on the Discord, which is discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops, and become a coach, there's a 5,000 EM signing bonus for any new head coaches, head coach referrals, or super fans. So see the game, be the game, and have your strategy implemented on the court every night. 23-18 the score here. Davidson needs a response. They nearly lost the ball. They're trying to attack inside. The little left-hand runner is good. Nice basket right there from Nick Hugo.
Yeah, that was a great play, and we talked about Nick Hugo being a factor. He's almost averaging a double-double. I loved how he used his big frame, pushed the defender out of the way, and finished.
Nice read right there by Hugo on the lob attempt. They go straight ahead. Getting out to the corner. Here's the three-pointer. It's good. Davidson with Taekwon Hartfield-Landrum has really taken over in this part of the first half. All knotted up at 23. How will Georgetown respond? Singleton dribbles inside. Goes up with a layup. That rims off. Nice defense right there by Landrum. Landrum now goes left to right. Throws it up the court. They go back inside. The layup is good. Davidson leads.
Wow. Did you see how the game has changed, too, now with their ability to stretch the floor and knock down the three-point shots? I love the fact that even though you hate it as a coach, you want to see them go to the basket on a fast break. They had the open three-point opportunity. Davidson knocks it down. Here they are. They're on top of Georgetown right now, 25-23.
That runner is good. Nice basket right there from Josiah Mulkey. And we're all knotted up again at 25. Landrum dribbles on the far wing. Waiting for an open Wildcat. He got it to Foreman. Danto will be called for the foul, and that'll prompt some substitutions, and we'll see Keontae Doucette coming back into the game.
Yeah, you know what? That was a great play for Foreman. I like how they ran that downstream for him. Wanted to get him the basketball. He's a terrific passer, terrific ball handler. You expect that he's going to make a great decision off that action.
All knotted up here at 25, just at the under 8 mark. Stolen away from Georgetown. Danto gets the steal. He brings it up the floor. Danto all the way underneath the rim, puts it up, and no good. Doucette gets the rebound.
And Donato is a fan favorite. He has a three-point shot that is absolutely water, so be looking for that. And he's a scrappy defender as well, so be ready for him to defend even at that height. He's going to give you something.
Lots of contact there on that shot attempt. Currently gets called for the foul. Shooting 2 at the line is Nick Hugo. Freshman, 6'8", 235-pound center from Richmond, Virginia. been a very, very great addition to this Davidson team, but free throws, not one of his strong suits, just a 57% shooter from the line.
Yeah, and you know what? He was the Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year. He actually, 1.4 blocks per game, so defensively he's a great defensive player. And one of the things that they love about him being on this team is he's a real enforcer. So think of him kind of like that Draymond Green type of mentality down there. So expect for people to start moving down here in this game today. So
that's a good sight to see him going 2 for 2 from the line. Maybe that'll play later if this game becomes close. Maybe Hugo might not be the guy to foul.
Well, notice that, since his activity's really picked up, I can tell that Davidson's energy's picked up, and that's what an enforcer does. So I'm starting to see that kind of activity from Davidson here.
It's kind of like who has that Energizer Bunny energy. Singleton drives in, kicks it back out. Not a wise decision right there, as it'll be a shot clock violation. Oh my goodness, look at McKillop on the bench, fired up after that defensive stop.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great defensive segment because right there they turned the offensive player, get him on his back, and he's trying to get out of that semi-trap. Ends up being a shot clock violation. That's terrific defense from Davidson.
Shot rims off, no good. Georgetown find themselves down 2. Singleton will throw it to the corner for Laster. Laster dribbles around and kicks it back out to the top of the key for Donato. Donato hands it off to Singleton. Singleton crosses over. He's back over to his right hand around the free throw line. Can't find any room. Laster has it now at the top of the key. Shot clock winding down. Laster!
Hey, that's a finish right there. That is what you're talking about when you're looking at one of your star players to help you now that Davidson has kind of started this run. That was a terrific play from Laster.
Laster is such a talented freshman. Oh my goodness. That was a fancy looking play right there on the reverse slam from Nick Hugo, showing off the bunny hops right there on the finish.
And we know he can do that, and you can tell the energy level is raising, right? You see him hitting the chest, you see him imploring his teammates here to really dig in and start to get something going on the defensive end. Can Davidson get it going?
Georgetown in their offensive set. They've ran the shot clock down a lot here. They got 5 on the shot clock. Laster on the far elbow, crosses over, steps back at the free throw line, and it's an ice-cold jumper right there from Laster. Really coming to life here in this late going here in the first half.
Terrific footwork off of that, all right? Because generally you got to have some strength when you get bumped off your spot by a defender. When you practice that, you have great balance, you have good floor awareness, and that was a terrific shot right there after contact.
Foreman in the paint, hands it off. They kick it out to the corner to sit for 3. He got it.
He continues to be a factor, and I'm pretty sure on the scouting report they weren't ready for that, and that is just tremendous for Davidson because when you get players to step up that you're not really thinking could step up in these moments, this is how you pull off an upset.
The Hoyas taking it back here a little bit at this Davidson run. We'll see how the Hoyas respond here on ESPN.
See the game, be the game.
Aboard, folks. Just go ahead and take any empty seat that you see.
I hope it's not contagious.
So I do have it. When your mom wakes up, can you tell her about me?
back here on ESPN. Before we get back into how this contest is, we want to continue to go out with our thoughts to all those affected by the wildfire down in Los Angeles. Just know we're all thinking about you here on ESPN and in SimWorld, here in SimWorld as well. So hope that everybody's okay out there in Los Angeles. 3-point contest here, and now it's a 1-point contest, and that's a fantastic jumper right there from Donato. It's a 1-point game. A little bit of Muggsy Bogues in Donato being 5'6", as Davidson responds.
Yeah, Davidson has really picked up the energy level. I think that's what the difference has been. And I don't know what it is, but the defensive effort maybe is what's really got it going for Davidson. But now all of a sudden the offense is crisp. They're getting a lot more three-point shots. I believe that's Laster, is that correct? That just scored that basketball?
Yeah, that was Laster. Sorry, I had to sneeze for a second, so I had to hit the emergency mute button. So I'm sure our viewers at home don't want to hear a sneeze as that one chews off the rim. 1-point game here for Georgetown. Laster, the freshman, bringing life to Capital One Arena, leads the game with 14.
Man, he is getting to his spots. I mean, he continues to get to that foul line jumper, but he also is getting his defender on his back, and he's finishing at the goal.
It's a nice response on the other end by Foreman Jr.
Yeah, I mean, Foreman is that type of guy that could definitely help this team kind of ride the ship, and they needed it. He's coming in as a junior here. Not a big point total, but, he's got the experience, though, for this team. So.
Singleton put it up. Oh, now I got the hiccups coming in, and that one was no good. On the inside, it just falls out. It probably touched every single part of the rim, but didn't go in. Davidson, though, getting it back on the steal. They throw it down court. And they'll try to turn the offense inside. They thought they had Hugo on the inside, but that was well read on the defensive end by Georgetown. And now they'll try for the lead here with Laster. Laster's been smooth, but he lost the ball as he went up for the jump shot. Fantastic defense right there by Doucette. Throws it inside to Landrum. Goes up with the runner, and it's good.
Man, I mean, should we call 911? Because, literally, Davidson with the thefts. They continue to keep getting steals over here. So the active hands out there, man, they just continue to keep stealing the basketball.
Sorry, I had to hit that mute button again with the sneeze. It's 38-35 here. Laster, straightaway three, no good. A bit adventurous. He's probably feeling it a little bit, but that one just a little too strong, and the layup is good. Nice job right there by Wright Foreman, the Canadian.
Yeah, and you got it. I was going to say, he's just so experienced for Davidson, and it just kind of helps them whenever Georgetown continues to kind of get a little bit of a run.
Usually, Rico, winter is not known to be allergy season, but for whatever reason, my allergies are just acting up. Laster, can he put out those allergies here? Needs to get Georgetown back in the game. Oh my goodness, Davidson, another steal. Durst, going left to right, coast to coast, goes up. Can't finish on the opposite end.
My goodness, the activity in the hands from Davidson. Super impressed with how they have come out and really turned it up defensively.
Matt McKillop is not usually an animated coach, but on the bench, he is just electric tonight. I've never really seen this type of energy from him, and he is loving it right now from his defensive guys. But Laster, my goodness, how in the world did he dunk that down from an impossible angle?
Man, a baseline attack like that, and I tell you what, he is determined to put Georgetown on his back and get them over the hump. So let's see if he can continue to do this all game.
Wing three from Doucette, no good. Georgetown an opportunity to tie here as we're in the dying embers here of this first half.
Well, let's see if Georgetown can get a good set. They've kind of answered Davidson a little bit, but I feel like they need a basket here going into halftime.
Getting it to the main man, Laster. Laster throws it out to the corner. There's 7 seconds on the shot clock. Laster has it back. Gets the screen. Elects to go left. Laster puts it up. No good. Opportunity here for one more shot. They bring it around. Here's the three. It's no good. And Davidson goes into halftime with a 3-point lead. Rico, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so my thoughts here is that Georgetown, really, I think that they're going to have to continue to rely on Laster. He seems to be very confident, and this is really where their confidence is going to come from, just following him. And then with Davidson, Davidson is playing some terrific defense. They're playing off-ball defense. They're playing good individual defense. They continue to generate steals, which leads to extra possessions. And so which team is going to execute here in the second half?
It has been an action-packed first half, 40-37. The Wildcats lead it. Who do you think comes out on top? What changes need to be made for who comes out on top in this one, Rico?
Well, I think with Georgetown, they've got to get some others, because right now, aside from Laster, I don't really see anybody else that is really helping this team as far as scoring the basketball, so somebody else has got to step up. For Davidson, I think that Davidson is doing a terrific job as far as distributing their scores, and again, defensively, I like the fact that if they can continue to generate extra possessions, shoot the basketball from deep like they have been doing, they're going to be in a good situation. Right now, they're 4 of 9. They have Georgetown at 3 of 4.
3-point advantage here for Davidson. We'll be back after this.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing, though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go pass, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast facts, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be tripping with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Welcome home.
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Cindy, yes.
So nice to meet both of you.
It's nice to meet you finally. Travis has told us so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Good.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Oh, Mom, no. Dad, this is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
Shannon.
And this is Aaron.
Hey, cutie.
That is Jessica.
Hi.
Jenny, Sarah, Megan,
Hi.
Nicole, Elizabeth.
Acts. Use in moderation.
Welcome back here on ESPN. 3-point game. Davidson really surprisingly beating this Georgetown team everywhere on the floor, Rico, especially with how good this defense has been for Georgetown.
Yeah, I mean, Davidson, just a lot more activity. They've got the 5 steals compared to Georgetown's 3. And even if they're not getting the steals, they're getting deflections, and it's really flustering Georgetown.
That shot no good from the Hoyas. Davidson a chance to go up 2 possessions here. Jay Laster leads all scorers with 16 points. What's been surprising is how much wealth is being spread around the Davidson roster. No one in double digits, but almost everybody on the roster has scored, and oh my goodness, what a crossover right there.
I thought he was going to go up for the basket, but still, it's a nice cross. A great defense inside, though.
Going to the line, Deontay Odom will shoot 2 here as Davidson is up 3.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I'm still impressed with that. And you see, again, that Davidson, it just seems like their offense is kind of picked up right along with their defense. It seems like everything seems to be a bit more fluent. I think that not only are they getting to the lane, but they're finding ways to get their three-point shot off as well. So the spacing has been there for Davidson.
First free throw attempt, no good. But if you're going to stay with us here on ESPN following this game, San Diego State and Jackson State, those 2 teams vying for some momentum, especially as conference play nears on ESPN. You don't want to miss that fantastic game coming up. And also as well, we need 10 more live viewers across all platforms to hit our first goal to give away some EMs. So again, tell your friends, family, second cousins, third cousins, and if you got a fourth cousin, fantastic. Tell them to hop in, check in, and see the game, be the game. Georgetown will go to the line to shoot 2.
Absolutely. I think that that is Beckman. And so, as we talked about here, he is expected to be in the second round, or picked in the second round of the draft, projected. So he's definitely somebody I've been looking at on the draft board. But a slow night for him. I mean, he's averaging 15.1 points per game. Generally, he's knocking down some three-point shots out there, and he's terrific at just being a jump shooter. So you can see really the form and how well of a jump shooter that he is.
You know, Ellie Beckman kind of reminds me of like a Cody Zeller and Yusuf Nurkic if they had a baby. I feel like those 2 guys combined create Ellie Beckman. I mean, I'm sure that's a picture that you don't want to be painted as the second free throw.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Visuals the visuals. Oh,
if Ellie Beckman though keeps playing like this, I honestly feel like his stock could go up a little bit. We could potentially see him in the late first round as well as he draws, as he makes sure there's no easy layups on the inside. So Davidson will go to the line to shoot 2. It's that's how the second half has really started. Couple fouls, couple free throws.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing about him is, well, and I think kind of the perception around him is that he can be a little bit inconsistent at times, and so you wonder about that. I know kind of his in-game kind of persona, he just kind of comes off as a little bit of an underdog, and so maybe that underdog kind of maybe story that he has, maybe that does carry him to a higher draft selection in this upcoming draft. But I know he's got to pick it up if he expects for Georgetown to win this game today.
James leads the Wildcats in points per game with 15.8 as he cashes in at the line. It's back to a 3-point lead here for Davidson, and it's kind of been a cat and mouse type of affair. Rico, what'd you say here to start the second half?
It has. I mean, it's a little bit of a slower start, I think, based off what these teams were doing towards the end of the first half. But, again, this might be the kind of filling out process, but it looks like Davidson is clearly more comfortable than Georgetown right now.
Doucette has his layup blocked. Georgetown and the crowd coming to life. I believe that was Laster on the block. Singleton has it on the far wing. Singleton drives in. Contact. Foul. Layup doesn't go. Odom picks up the foul. Singleton goes to the line to shoot 2.
I was just going to say, I think that Davidson is really kind of taking the crowd out of the ball game, or at least they don't feel the crowd effect. And so, the poise that Davidson has shown, and we did talk about this, which team is going to be able to kind of take that step forward after losing 2 games. And so it looks like Davidson, they have the composure, and they look like they're poised to maybe pull this out. But let's see what happens.
Singleton, excuse me. We'll go to the line. Couldn't get to my mute button in time. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. His first free throw attempt is up and good. Fantastic camera work down there. And a lot of the college students at these schools getting the opportunity to produce some fantastic work, especially in the control room as well, led by our executive producer Yells. So, and everybody doing a fantastic job here.
I hear him in the truck. They're complaining, man. They don't want the shouts out, man, in the truck.
1 point game here. Davidson trying to hold on to this lead that they've had for a little bit here. Go inside the lob and the jam. That's a fantastic setup right there. Beneficiary on the other end was Hugo.
And see, he's averaging 3.1 assists. I talked about it. He's a great playmaker, and he knows how to get his teammates into their spots.
Gosh, that was an almost fantastic dunk right there, but it just falls off. Now Davidson goes right to left. He's trying to set up something here, potentially to go up 2 possessions. They go inside. The layup is good. How in the world did Benari James finish that one?
Terrific body control with a bigger defender coming over in Laster. Man, what poise to finish. And that's what we were talking about with Davidson. They continue to play with such poise.
Backman has it on the far side wing, swings it over to Singleton. Singleton on the near side wing, swings it back over to back. To the corner it goes. Georgetown moving the ball. Singleton has it. Shot clock winding down. Singleton's going to have to get a shot up. Contested 3, no good. Set the rebound. Oh, bring it up. Davidson, the Wildcats. See if they can run that Wildcat offense. Doucette goes inside. The floater is good. Davidson with the largest lead of the game at 7.
Doucette, he's really been terrific as far as scoring the basketball for Davidson. I think he's been a really pleasant surprise. I don't think that people were expecting that he was going to score the basketball like this tonight.
Right, Foreman gets called for the foul, and Georgetown will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and see, with Georgetown, I think what I want to see a little bit more of is, I know that Beckman is a very good jump shooter, but I'd like to see him actually get a little bit closer to the paint. I feel like he has a size advantage. Let's see if Georgetown goes there.
First free throw is good. It's a 6-point game. Laster will check out an interesting move here from Ed Cooley in Georgetown to take out Laster, who's been held in check here to start the second half, but got to get him going, and taking him out so soon, that could probably affect this game.
Yeah, bringing in JoJo here, the freshman, and so let's see what he has. I mean, he's a terrific rebounder, terrific at defense. He was the Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year, and so maybe he can give Georgetown a spark.
Doucette swings it over to Odom. Odom dribbles inside in the painted area, goes up. There's contact. Kearney gets called for the foul. Shot does not go. So Odom, holding his hip a little bit there after that one. Something to keep an eye on potentially as this game progresses. Odom looks a little bit shaken up as he goes to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it looks like Kearney got his money's worth on that one. I mean, immediately comes in and, he instills some physicality to the game. And sometimes, you know what, you just tell your player, look, you got 5 fouls. You can't take them home with you. Why not use them? This is the type of stuff that maybe changes the outcome of the game. And look, he misses the shot. And so maybe that's something that gets this Georgetown team sparked.
And it looks like Deontay Odom is still holding onto that hip at the free throw line. That probably affected him on that first one. That's something to definitely see and keep an eye on here as this game progresses. 5-point contest, 16:07 to play here on ESPN. Samuel Goldberg joined by Rico here on the call. The second free throw is no good, and Odom looks slow going down the court. Racing up the other way, Georgetown, the reverse slam! Watcher!
Man, and that's what I'm talking about right there. See that swing and just that momentum swing right there.
And that momentum will swing right back on that lob play. Looks like Odom was okay there going up for the alley-oop.
Yeah, he caught that just fine and finished that. That was a very nice alley-oop between the two.
Made up for those 2 missed free throws at the line. He is gutting it out right now through this paint. You can visibly tell he's in pain. Oh my goodness! Brenton Glosser! Woo! Out of nowhere, back-to-back dunks.
You know what? And he went right back at him. So you can tell he's still laboring a little bit, and so maybe that cost him a little bit as far as sitting down defensively right there.
Davidson going inside. Oh, that's a nice block right there. James is denied by Smith.
Defensive play right there. I mean, Georgetown's right there, and so I think maybe if they can step it up just a bit more on the defensive end, it might fuel their offense. And so let's see what happens.
50-47 here as we get some substitutions. Odom still slugging it out on the floor. So throw it in here. Referee, nearly got to 5 seconds. Davidson fortunate to not turn it over there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off here. Doucette has it. With 5, Doucette drives in, goes up with the right hand. Oh, he gets the bucket and the foul. Keontae Doucette, the senior, with an old-fashioned 3-point play. We'll go to the line to try and finish it. And you know, Rico, Doucette was set to be the focal point of this Davidson team, but Benari James has really come in, just kind of set aside Doucette, and Doucette's really taken that and used it as fuel for this season, as that was a fantastic play from the senior to finish the 2+1.
Yeah, and you know what? He does a terrific job of getting to the free throw line, and he's also a terrific three-point shooter. But more importantly, I mean, you don't really hear too much from him because he's pretty quiet if you actually get a chance to really talk to him. He's just a very quiet young man, and so I would expect for him to just carry on just as he's doing now, just even if he's not the focal point for this team, but he has a quiet confidence about him.
He's like a silent assassin on the court. You never know where he's going to cut, where he's going to hurt you from, and that is a fantastic jumper right there from Bachman, showing off that range again.
Yeah, and you know what? I like that, but I still want to see him go a little bit more inside today.
That one falls off for James, and now Georgetown trying to get this within a possession. Smith has it, swings it over to Donato. Donato gets it inside. Fadeaway jumper from Bachman, no good. Rebounded by Odom. Odom will lead the break here. Odom dribbles it through. Is stopped by Donato at the free throw line. Odom now gets inside. Odom goes up. He's fouled, and it nearly went in. And oh man, Odom reaching at that hip again.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely gutting it out, and that's twice he's ran into Kearney. And so Kearney, man, he's getting his money's worth today. That's 2 pretty good fouls. I mean, I'm not going to say hard fouls, but he's making sure that there's not going to be an and one on him.
53-49 the score. First free throw coming up here for Odom. So take a look at the new SimWorld U1s coming out soon.
Hit me
first, first free throw, no good from Odom, and Odom just looks very, very uncomfortable right now. I mean, kudos for him for gutting it out, but I'm surprised Matt McKillop hasn't seen this yet and subbed him out.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, but at this point in time, I mean, he kind of refuses to kind of look over there, so it looks like he's just going to try to gut it out. Let's see what happens.
Second free throw from Odom is no good. Odom 0 for 4 today from the free throw line. How will Georgetown counter? They're down 4. They need a basket here. Running their set, Bachman springs, or goes off the screen, and he buries the 3.
That was a great pin down action, and that was perfect. You know how they basically got him to come off that curl. That was terrific for the screeners. Good spacing, good pass. That was good everything from Georgetown.
James on the baseline will bring it back out to the far wing. Swings it over to Brasher. Will swing it over, and Davidson has to get a shot off here. There's 2 seconds on the shot clock. They got to get one off here. Straight away, three-pointer is no good. Georgetown has an opportunity to take the lead. Capital One Arena on their feet. Donato comes inside, goes up with the left hand, and he finishes over Odom.
Man, that was a big finish right there with the left. And Georgetown, the crowd is loud. They're right back in it, 54-53.
I didn't hear a single word you said, Rico. It is deafening in here. Davidson needs a basket. 3 seconds not called. Shot clock at 10. Landrum has it. Landrum inside. The layup is all nylon. And Davidson regains the lead, 55-54. This game has been exactly what we expected. Punches back and forth.
Man, we talked about that, and yeah, it is going back and forth, and let's see what Beckman has here.
Oh, man! The follow-up slam off the miss from Beckman. Georgetown emphatically taking the lead again. This building is going nuts. 56-55. The layup is no good. Beckman the rebound. They'll bring it up going left to right. Beckman crosses over. Top of the key. Swings it over to Donato. Donato finds they move the ball around. Bachman inside. Stop on the baseline. Goes up with the left hand. Layup no good. Davidson now going back with the ball. Odom leads the break. Davidson trying to set up their offense here. It's in the hands of James. James runs into Paris. And Paris gets called for the blocking foul. And the Wildcats elect to take a timeout. Woo, we gotta take a breather here on ESPN. Back and forth action. Georgetown with a 1-point lead.
See the game, be the game.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Wesley, and I recently joined SimWorld Hoops. If you love hoops as much as you love art, you've got to check out SimWorld Hoops at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It is the ultimate virtual basketball experience. It's not like a regular game. It's like stepping into your own world. Whether you play or you're just a fan, it's time to see the game, be the game. Don't forget to check me out on social media at It's Jasmine Wesley.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tengo amores esperando mi regreso. Estoy cansada de decirles que lo siento, en mi futuro ustedes no los veo. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle, even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda con make-up on, también natural como soy, como soy. Me enseñaste que los sentimientos que se siente uno al otro pueden ser mutuos. Me enseñaste que el amor debe sentirse como el amor.
Welcome back here on ESPN. Georgetown has the 1-point advantage here on ESPN. Samuel Goldberg joined by Rico, and this is exactly the matchup we expected here in prime time.
Yeah, I mean, Georgetown is really, they've suddenly got hot because they're shooting 57% from three. Meanwhile, Davidson has really cooled down from there. They're still only made 4. They haven't made any more. They're shooting 36%. And so I think that that's really been the key. Georgetown has kind of heated up, and Davidson, they've cooled down, and they were very composed. They were poised, and then all of a sudden, now, Georgetown, this crowd, they're all over Davidson. They've got to respond here in the second half.
Speaking of primetime matchups here on ESPN, coming up after this one here on ESPN, we take it to Jackson, Mississippi. San Diego State and Jackson State. Should be a fun matchup. You'll hear J.K. Candle and Coach Assad Drayton on the call on that one. So a nationally televised game deserves a nationally recognized broadcast duo.
Definitely stay tuned for that. James knocks down 2. He's been good. He's been terrific for the whole night.
Yeah, he's definitely been a spark plug for this Wildcat team when they've needed it. As Davidson holds the 1-point advantage. Laster has been kept quiet. I mean, he's been out since the 16-minute mark. He hasn't scored a single bucket since being substituted. He's only played 4 minutes here in this second half.
Interesting, too, because he led him in the first half. So.
Also, we got word from the Davidson sideline during the timeout that Odom is just dealing with a bruise on his hip, so nothing serious. So that's why he's still battling it out there on the court. So it's just a bruised hip for Odom, and he said he's okay to try and finish this game out.
Yeah, it looks like he's just on the exercise bike back here, as he continues to kind of keep warm and things like that. So we'll probably see him here later on in the game.
Yeah, he was on that exercise bike all throughout the timeout, and it was funny. As soon as Matt McKillop was done his huddle, he went over to Odom, said, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do," as he was on the bike. So Odom still out there after that timeout, got checked up on. Davidson knocks down both free throws, and it's 59-56, still a 3-point possession lead. Donato throws it inside, and the slam, a jam by Josiah Mulkey makes this a 1-point game, and the Capital One Arena is thunderous again.
Man, let's see what happens here. Can Davidson now respond? Especially with Odom, he's doing a good job as far as getting to the free throw line. He's just not making the free throws.
That floater is fantastic. Keontae Doucette.
That was smooth, very smooth. And I mean, that right there, you like that. It almost looked like that was like the same foot, same hand kind of release that you see with some of these layups. So, man, that was crafty.
Yeah, that was smooth like whiskey on the rocks. 61-58. Davidson trying to get control here with a 2-point lead. Landrum thinking 3! And that one off back iron, no good. Georgetown now a chance to tie with a 3 or to bring it down to a 1-point game. They go inside. Tankers lead. Had it blocked.
Yeah, great active defense from Davidson. You had 2 defenders down there swarming at the basket.
That was no good. Bachman the rebound. Bachman now will bring it up here for the Hoyas. Bachman ran into Hartfield Landrum, but Landrum gets called for the blocking foul. And we'll see some substitutions here. Odom will finally, he won't take a seat. He's still getting it out there on the basketball court.
Yeah, I mean, he continues to be, I think, like I said, he's been a good source of offense as far as getting to the free throw line for this team. He just hasn't made them, but he's doing a great job as far as drawing contact and getting to the line.
Bachman in the painted area. That touched about every single aspect around the backboard and the rim, but couldn't fall. Odom has it. Swings it over to Foreman. Foreman elects not to use the screen. Foreman goes all the way. No good. I don't know if he passed it up. That looked a little bit weird. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Foreman has it. Foreman crosses over at the far elbow. Gets it to Odom with 3 seconds. Doucette's going to have to put up a shot. Oh, and he buries the three with a man in his face.
Man, how huge has he been today for Davidson? Like, he continues to knock down shots.
Another defensive effort right there by Davidson. They're slowly starting to take over this game. But as I say that, they promptly turn the ball over. Laster hasn't scored in the second half. What will he do with the ball here? Hands it off. And Georgetown will set up their offense. Backman on the near side. Throws it over to Donato. Donato goes inside to Laster. Laster on the baseline with Doucette on him. Laster turns around. Oh, and that's a great block by Doucette. And Georgetown able to get the ball. Bachman gets it into the corner. The three, no good. And the rebound by Davidson.
Yeah, and that was poor spacing from Georgetown right there. You saw the freshman actually, he put him into a bad mistake there because you see that Laster was on the box. He's trying to post up, but he had a man sitting right in his lap, so that was just poor spacing from Georgetown.
Davidson promptly turns the ball over. Hoyas will call a timeout. Under 8 media will step aside.
Hey, it's Henry Martell, and I just joined SimWorld Hoops. If you like hoops as much as art, then you gotta check them out. It's a Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It's really the ultimate virtual basketball experience. Like, this isn't your average game. It's like stepping into your own basketball world. And whether you're like a player or a fan, it's time to see the game be the game.
I had an idea in my head. I pictured this going differently. I meant every word that I said. You should have spent more time listening. All the things that I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. I had an idea in my head. I pictured this going differently. Even when you sleep in my bed, I know you're not mine officially. Things I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love.
Back here on ESPN. Davidson on a little bit of a run here, Rico. Georgetown, they got to figure out how to contain the Wildcats here, especially as we're coming down to the wire in this contest.
Yeah, I mean, right now you see that actually with Georgetown, they've turned the basketball over pretty much, or a lot, I should say, in this game. Not pretty much, but 6 turnovers on the game. And then, they just have got to figure out a way to not get so stagnant on the offensive end. I just talked about that before the break. For whatever reason, their sets are just a bit clumpy right now, so they've got to get back to just getting loose, getting fluid with some of the motions and actions that they've been running. And there they go, right on cue, turning the basketball over.
Davidson is just absolutely taking this game over as the jumper is good for Mulkey. And we have now our largest lead of the game at 8 points here for Davidson. Bachman has it on the inside. Odom guarding him. Bachman, the turnaround, that's no good. Rebounded by Mulkey. He'll lead the break. Mulkey coming right to left. Mulkey crosses over. Gets the screen from Odom. Mulkey with Bachman on him. Mulkey around the free throw line. Looks. Dribbles around. Bachman comes out to guard him. 15 on the shot clock. Davidson trying to run their set here. Trying to look for Doucette. That's not available. Mulkey's going to have to do it himself with 5 on the shot clock. Mulkey finds a lane and he puts up the little ice jelly layup. And it's our first double-digit lead for anybody in this game. Davidson taking over.
That is a crusher, too. They let the shot clock go all the way down. He knew exactly who he wanted to get and how he wanted to attack him. And he takes care of business on the offensive end. That's a big play for Davidson.
Georgetown just unable to get some baskets that they need. I mean, it has just been all Davidson. Bachman, though, with the rejection. Hugo quickly picks it back up, and Doucette will have it at the top of the key. Laster is on him. Doucette, but Laster on him. Doucette crosses over. Laster doing well, guarding him, and now Laster switches off. The layup is blocked. Doucette is blocked underneath. And Georgetown capitalized. They need something here. Donato on the close side wing, goes to the corner. Donato throws it inside. Kearney goes up and banks it off the glass. And the Capital One Arena loud again. Rolling their Hoyas back into the game. And they like it even more that the Wildcats have called a timeout. 68-60. They're coming in for a great finish here, Rico, on ESPN. If you love SimWorld, Rico?
I love it.
If you love SimWorld so much, make sure to like the streams on YouTube. Share them with anybody. We're streaming on every single platform. We're streaming on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Am I missing any streaming platforms? I think. Oh, and X, that's right. How do you forget about one of the bigger platforms in X/Twitter? So again, make sure to share the stream, share them with your friends, family, and let them know about SimWorld, the most immersive basketball experience that you can find anywhere. 68-60 the score. Davidson leading. They need a basket here, but can Laster stop Doucette? Doucette dribbles in. Laster, great defense on him. They bring the double team with Donato. They throw it inside. The layup, no good. Fantastic help defense right there by Donato. And Georgetown by a big basket here. 5.5 minutes remaining. Ball is at just the top of where the free throw line is. Donato has it. Donato guarded closely by Hugo. Donato throws it inside. Can Kearney go to work? He's got a favorable matchup. Three to set. Oh, that would have been big, but the rebound by Hugo and he missed. Bachman has it. Oh, what a wild possession that was. They go inside. Kearney. Landrum on him, gets it to Laster. Laster kicks it out to Donato. Donato is found by Odom. You're under 5 to go. What a wild sequence that was, Rico.
Man, up and down, and I tell you what, I'm surprised that Davidson missed some of these layups that they had. So Georgetown, look, they're still very much in it. They have got to capitalize with these 2 free throws and make a defensive stand.
Donato will make the first 1-1 situation. Second free throw is up and good. Donato, such a fantastic free throw shooter, especially in clutch situations. 6-point affair here. Davidson has watched their double-digit lead slowly crumble. Need to find a big basket here. Rolling off the screen is Doucette. Doucette with Laster on him. Doucette switches. Doucette elects to throw it inside. And that gets turned and that gets stolen. And Hugo gets called for the foul. So we'll have more free throws coming up for Georgetown. Oh my goodness. Davidson falling apart in front of our very eyes.
That was good defense because what happened is he got caught in between shooting the basketball and passing it. They tell you basketball 101, don't leave your feet to pass the basketball, and that's exactly what happened Terrific defense from Georgetown.
Lester hoping for his first points of the half. Still leads Georgetown with 16. The free throw is good. And 1-on-1 situation here.
They needed that one. That's big.
That is a big free throw. This one to make it 4. Rattles in, and it's a 4-point game. Capital One Arena is deafening. The Hoyas fan base on their feet here at the John Thompson Jr. Court. Here at the Capital One Arena. Dorsett has it. Laster guards him closely. Odom sets the screen. Dorsett, Laster on him like glue. Swings it to the top of the key. They go inside into a painted area. The layup, no good. Fantastic defense right there by Kearney. Big moment in this game for Georgetown. Donato has it. They get it into the hands of Smith. Smith on the wing, close to the corner, throws it inside to Laster. Turnaround jumper, no good. I think Laster might have rushed that shot. He had so much space available. Davidson now trying to silence the crowd here. That one falls off the rim, no good. Bachman the rebound. Bachman bracing up the floor. Throws it to the corner for Laster. Laster with Doucette on him. Laster throws it inside to Bachman. Bachman with a favorable matchup. Jump stop jumper. Oh, it went in and out.
Man, he had the mismatch too. And he continues to keep fading away from the defense versus getting drawing contact.
Foreman now racing inside, going baseline. Oh, he put his man on the floor and finished.
And that's exactly what I wanted to see from Bachman on that last play. Seek the contact. I think he's been fading away from the contact all evening, and I think that could cost Georgetown.
Laster, Bachman, 3, no good. Rebounded by Landrum. And Davidson's going to slow it down a little bit, realizing they have a 6-point lead. 20 on the shot clock. Landrum goes inside. Landrum takes it back out. Davidson will slow it down a little bit. Got to drain as much time as you can. Landrum throws it inside for Hugo. Hugo back out. Under 5 to go on the shot clock. Landrum pulls up, 3-pointer. Oh, baby, it's rolled a 2 on the floor. His toe might have been on the line, but nonetheless, that is a big shot here. And the Hoyas will call a timeout with 2:13 left to play here in this game here on ESPN.
Wow, the freshman.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
(72-64). Georgetown needs to go on a little bit of a run here as we're just under a little over 2 minutes to play. Bachman inside, no good. That is a give-me bucket right here for Bachman, but he can't finish the layup.
Yeah, they're leaving a lot of free money out there, and I think when they look back at the game tape here, they're going to be disappointed with their execution down the stretch.
Hugo with a favorable matchup with Donato on him, and I am willing to take Hugo on that matchup 99 out of 100 times. 10-point lead here for Davidson. Crowd might start to trickle out here. Bachman has it underneath. Bachman is denied by Odom.
And see, Davidson has just been so much more active than Georgetown on the defensive end. I mean, they've been just throwing multiple bodies at the offensive player as they drive. I just love their defensive effort today.
Davidson continues to score as this is the largest lead of the day, 12 points, and it comes at a fantastic time here for Davidson as we're just a tad over 60 seconds to play. Donato, baseline J, no good. Grip put back by Bachman, but that shot is coming a little bit too late here as Davidson in no rush here, up 10.
Yeah, and again, Davidson, you could just tell, and we talked about this before earlier, the composure. And I think that that's what we saw really all afternoon, the composure.
Georgetown with Laster. Goes to Donato in the corner. Donato goes to the wing, throws it to Bachman, 36 seconds to play. And kicks back out to Donato. And Donato will go baseline here with 10. Bachman straight away three-pointer, that's no good. And Rico, it has been a masterclass second half here from Davidson.
Yeah, again, Davidson has just gone out. They've executed all their half-court sets. I think that they did a terrific job in just really withstanding the run that Georgetown gave them, knocking down some big shots, just gutty performances, really across the board. I think that that's one of the key takeaways here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Final horn sounds. Davidson pulls off the upset win on the road, 76-66. You'll see another primetime matchup here on ESPN. San Diego State, Jackson State. J.K. Candle and Coach Assad Drayton on the call with you here. For Rico, my name is Samuel Goldberg. SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
We at Carnival take our mission to be America's most fun vacation very seriously. So I'm making changes at the top, effective immediately. Mr. O'Neill is perfect for the job. His unparalleled passion and unique business acumen are a tremendous asset.
I need those numbers by 5 o'clock today. Duck. Goose. Just hit me on the email, Shaq@carnival.com, and 4 tickets will be delivered to your house first thing in the morning.
Who is this?
Have you not heard?
No. Well, what?
CFO.
Oh, really?
Want to know what else? Tag, you're it. Run!
I'm excited for the immediate impact Shaq will make. Come in.
President Duffy, I turned the conference room into a ball pit. Marco Polo in 15. Choose fun, baby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Game 2 of the SimWorld U ESPN doubleheader. We're here in Jackson, Mississippi at the Lee E. Williams Athletic and Assembly Center for the Jackson State Tigers and San Diego State Aztecs. In the starting lineups, we have D. Woodley and Renzo Bryant in the backcourt for Jackson State. Messina Traore and Darian Hunt in the backcourt. Dre Ryder, Darian Hunt, and Jowd Platts in the front court. Roy Mason and Buddy Shackelford. Then down low, we have the big men, Austin Ajavon and Richard Alpine, the freshman sensation. I'm Jason J.K. Candell, joined alongside my broadcast partner for this one, Coach Drayton. How are we doing tonight, Coach?
Doing absolutely amazing. One of my favorite things about SimWorld is that I always get to travel the world, and this is my first time being in the SIP. Hopefully they show me some Southern hospitality.
I have never heard it be called the SIP before. San Diego State trying to get some offense brewing inside right there. Shot is good. 2-0 San Diego State. Early bucket inside right there. Jowd Platts, a guy that's really been getting a lot of buzz in SWBA circles over the last couple of weeks. Big play right there for the senior.
I think that these two teams, that what makes this matchup so special is I would say it's a clash of ideologies. One team is more one guy at a time oriented versus San Diego State. Almost everybody touches the ball every possession. They're literally looking for the best possible guy to score. It's team focused and it's basketball at its purest.
Certainly. Shot off the rim right there. That's Jowd Platts on the offensive rebound. San Diego State will get another shot at it. 3 up for the Aztecs and good. 5-2 lead right there for San Diego State. And that one, courtesy of Dre Ryder, the starting small forward right there. Jackson State responds right back though, Coach Drayton. This San Diego State team's dropped 2 in a row. They're facing a Jackson State team that has won 2 in a row. How can they get back in the win column against this team?
And this is one of those things that's understated. I think sometimes in college basketball, people forget that these are kind of young guys. That the oldest on most teams is 21, 22. That they do have those off nights. They do have those random bad performances. I think if they just play their game and be the team that we know they are, they're not ranked by accident, they're ranked on purpose. This is a team that had the ability to upset UCLA at UCLA. This is a team that has the firepower, that has the wherewithal, that has the coaching to get big games like this done.
Another triple up and good right there from Dre Ryder. That's 6 points for Dre Ryder. Number 18 Aztecs have 8 right now. D. Woodley trying to make something happen on Messina Traore, shakes him, puts the floater up right there, no good. Jowd Platts back on the boards. I believe that's his 3rd rebound of the game, Coach Drayton. Finding this kid everywhere. Another 3 for the Aztecs, another 3 is good for the Aztecs. 11-6 lead for San Diego State.
And again, that's one of those things that I'm talking about as far as a clash of ideals. You're seeing Jackson State, they spread everybody out, that 5-1 flat. They do a lot of big ISOs where D. Woodley gets to kind of take his guy like he just did in one-on-one matchups, and when he can generally beat that guy every time, he gets a bucket, the team can maintain focus. But the thing about San Diego State, everybody tries to get the ball. Very rare in a possession is it one guy just gets the ball and everybody clears out. They rotate the ball, they're moving. Everybody's cutting all around. It's really a team effort when this team wins.
Again, trying to make something happen. Shot clock winding down, 12-11. Inside, trying to shake his defender, draw some contact. Going to the line, that foul's on Austin Ajavon. That's his first of the game. D. Woodley, though, shooting only 61.3% from the line coming into this game. What's going to be a real factor in this game, Coach Drayton, is the fatigue for Jackson State. This is their 3rd game in as many days. This is their 5th game since December 27th, their 6th game, I should say. And there's definitely a lot of mental anguish in this team, and they're still finding ways to win games.
And that's one of those things where it's all about the leadership. while I'm not personally a fan of his play style, D. Woodley definitely is one of the stronger personalities in all of college basketball. And if he believes in himself, he tries to get his teammates to believe in themselves. And sometimes when you have a leader that can get everybody to mesh, to believe in what's going on in the process, that sometimes the fatigue doesn't even matter because they know we have somebody who can weather the storm no matter what.
Absolutely. Jackson State staying in this game early in this one, but their three-point shooting could be their undoing. We see that San Diego State's already made 3 from long range. Jowd Platts inside right there. Bad bounce off the rim. Goes back. Alpine pulls down the rebound. Woodley finds Renzo Bryant in the corner. No good. Bryant gets his own rebound though. As Jowd Platts has some room and a slam right there. Renzo Bryant, the freshman, showing off his bunnies right there. San Diego State trying to respond right now. They just gave the lead back up. Back to Platts just inside the free throw line. It's good. Jowd Platts having a very good start for this Thursday night on ESPN.
And like I said, it's just great team basketball. That very rare is there a possession where somebody dribbles the clock all the way down and nobody's really moving. We kind of accept that this guy's going to be the one to score for us. No, this is literally like a clash of ideals. One team believing that, hey, if everybody gets involved, we have the best chance to win, versus another team believing that, hey, if this one guy starts going, then everybody eventually can be incorporated.
Certainly. 15:02 left in this first half. San Diego State basketball trailing by 1. Another 3 for San Diego State. Another good 3 for San Diego State. That is their 4th of this night. (16-14) in favor of the Aztecs. They've been surrendering a lot of threes lately. They're making a lot of threes tonight. Inside Bryant and rejected off the rim right there. Lucine Traore on the rebound. Traore trying to slow things down. Another outlet pass to the corner, opts not to take it. Finds Jowd Platts, who draws the screen from Ryder. Traore, wasting a lot of time on this possession. Channeling his inner D Woodley, if I would say so. Traore gets a lane though on the floater. Alpine gets a hand on it. Alters the shot and pulls down the rebound. Alpine, the 6'9" freshman big man, averaging 7.5 rebounds per game and has really been a big part of Jackson State's success in recent games. Had 15 points and 10 rebounds in their victory last night over Xavier. Really coming into his own right there. Big 3 right there from Renzo Bryant to give Jackson State the lead right back.
And that's a rare 3-point make by Renzo Bryant. If you're San Diego State, you kind of live with that one. But what's not rare is that make from Dre Ryder, as I think that's his 5th of this game.
Jackson State, Mo Williams looking to talk things over. 13:33 left in this first half. You're watching SimWorld Basketball on ESPN.
Delivery. Give me a shot if anybody comes in. You got it. Bud Light, the mother load. Hey, here he comes. Hide. Did you hear something?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Bartender, 20 Bud Lights. Oh no!
Make it a Bud Light.
Hey guys, Gabe Pope here. You know, I've always wanted to be an NBA player all my life. SimWorld Hoops, that's the place I'm getting to live my dreams. SimWorld Hoops, baby, stop missing out. The only place where you can see the game and be the game.
Yo, turn me up a little bit, huh?
time for your mind. Let's go. Man, hold up, it's your boy Pretty Ricky. On this freestyle, putting it down for my city. About to get active, about to get some action. Hit the Galleria cause I live high fashion. Might hit the Zara, might hit the Louis store. Then hit the Golden Goose. Shh, if you know, you know. Never mind, I be dropping jewels like a 3-year-old. Call a big rod cause I need some smell good, bro. See before apples be looking like Chris Rock. Big flop, instead of writing rhymes.
Welcome back to Jackson, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, where the star of this game has not been D. Woodley. It has been San Diego State forward Dre Ryder, who has made 4 of his first 5 looks from long range in just 7 minutes. He's amassed 12 points, 12 of the 19 for number 18 San Diego State, but D. Woodley responding with 8 of his own. Inside right there, trying to go for double digits. Slowing down the tempo is Jackson State right now. Inside, and the foul. Jameer Garth Hubler called for the foul. Going to the line is Roy Mason for Jackson State. Mason averaging 14.2 points a game, shooting only 50% from the line though. Is really coming to his own over the last couple of games for this Jackson State team.
And he's one of those guys that everybody wants on the roster because at the end of the day, he's not all about scoring. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make the team successful. And if it means that he has to take a backseat role to a guy like D. Woodley, or if it means passing more to Richard Alpine, he's willing to do whatever it takes to make the team successful. And you got to love having guys like that on your team.
Absolutely. Those are the guys that coaches love to have, which makes me think that there's a lot of SWBA teams that could be interested in a guy like that off the bench. You want guys that are coachable, and Roy Mason certainly is that. San Diego State slowing down the tempo yet again. Second unit in for both teams outside of D. Woodley. Inside, and the rejection right there. Get that weak stuff out of there. Roy Mason still in the game though for Jackson State. Finds D. Woodley from 3. No good. Off the front rim. Taking it down the other way is San Diego State. Leading by 1. Trying to extend that lead right there. Another triple for San Diego State. No good. Offensive rebound. Possession stays alive. But they can't corral it, and Jackson State gets the turnover. Roy Mason from 3. It's good. 21-19. Jackson State. These Tiger fans are loving this.
I mean, you gotta respect that they, for the most part, kept the majority of their starters and the guys in the first unit, while San Diego State went to give their guys a break.
And they're staying in it.
Right there.
21-21. San Diego State's fighting their way in it. They may not have Lucina Traore in the game. They may not have Dre Ryder or Jowd Platts, but they're still in it. D. Woodley takes another long 2 right there, and it's good. Maybe for a second you thought he was behind the line, but I guess the refs saw otherwise. D. Woodley helps Jackson State regain the lead right here. Inside, and another rejection right there. Jackson State is just having their way with San Diego State on the interior. That block courtesy of Leland Buckley. They were talking a lot of smack before this game. They had no shortage of confidence, and Lucina Traore called for San Diego State's 3rd foul of the half, and Traore is going to hit the bench in favor of Davion Warwick, the freshman out of Bakersfield, California.
Now, his stat line is not something to just jaw at and act like he's just an amazing guy through and through, but Davion Warwick is one of those guys that I like to call flash in the pan. That when he gets in and he's given big minutes, he's always going to give you some amazing plays.
Definitely. Another shot right there. Renzo Bryant Bryant and D. Woodley have really had a lot of success against these San Diego State guards tonight. It looks like this Jackson State team, early on in this game at least, has been turning a corner. San Diego State long three. Off the front rim. Right on back to Leland Buckley. Buckley finds him in the corner, and he got it. Deshaun Saul, only a 29.4% three-point shooter, gets that one to go to extend the Tiger lead to 7. But what I want to talk about Jackson State is that they're getting a lot of buzz this coming April in the SWFL draft. Coach Drayton, 2 former Jackson State Tigers, what a slam right there. Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders could both be selected within the top 3 of the 2025 SWFL draft. And Mo Williams told us that he's super excited for what their drafting is going to do for their program. Even though it's a different sport, he likes what it's going to do for athletics at Jackson State.
I mean, there's like this, I don't want to say it's a lie, but it's one of those like myths that's out there that people believe that like what's on the front of the jersey matters to like GMs in pro sports. No, the only thing that really matters is on the back of the jersey. If you have the talent, and I truly mean the talent, they'll come and find you. And just to speak on that, a guy like Damian Lillard out of Weber State, CJ McCollum out of Lehigh, if you're talented enough, they'll come and find you, I promise.
D. Woodley out of Jackson State even. Definitely one of the smaller schools in SimWorld U, but he's definitely made his mark enough to impress scouts. D. Woodley's still a projected first-round pick. We could see that soar, but I think he's a little bit too undersized that the GMs I've spoken to say that they think he'll be drafted outside the top 20.
I mean, a 5'11", maybe 170-pound guard. That 195 on paper is definitely inaccurate.
Jowd Platts called for the charging foul right there. Jackson State leads by 5, gets the ball right back. J.J. Ruff draws the charge right there. A guy that was really hyped up for Jackson State coming into the season, averaging just 3.7 points per game. Bit of a disappointment off the bench from Mo Williams. However, Jackson State is doing just fine in his stead. D. Woodley nearly gets the ball stripped again. Finds J.J. Ruff with the shot clock expiring. Draws the screen, takes a pull-up jumper, very contested. Not a great shot selection. Not at all a great shot selection. San Diego State in transition gets the floater to go. 28-25, just a 3-point game right here. And that shot's courtesy of Eladio De Gracia.
And I think I've seen that you would liken D. Woodley to Allen Iverson on social media, and I
said if he played 20 years ago.
And I have to say, I cannot. That is, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit thinking of that. I'm gonna compare him to a more modern guard that I think is a one-to-one to his play style. I think he's Colin Sexton. I think he's a guy that can give you offense in a spade. And I don't think he has the highest basketball IQ. I think he's a rare, talented athlete. I think he's very good at putting the ball in the basket. And that's pretty much going to sum up what he can, or rather can't do, at the next level.
Coach Drayton, if you didn't read the rest of my tweet, I would have said, well, I think he's more like a poor man's Kemba Walker.
Poor man's Kemba Walker?
J.J. Ruff gets rejected right there. Jackson State maintained possession, but J.J. Ruff, another smaller guard, he's just 5'8". Austin Ajavon coming back into the game for San Diego State down low. Looks like that the Aztecs are back to their full starting lineup. Brian Dutcher trying to create some offense, a little bit of jelly right there. 34-27, Renzo Bryant. Or excuse me, Roy Mason, I should say. Richard Alpine. My eyes are not working tonight. And that's another triple right there. San Diego State is lighting it up from three-point land, yet are still unable to regain a lead in this game. Right back, Richard Alpine. Fade hook shot. No good. Joud Platts pulls it down. Platts in transition, finds Dre Ryder and the slam. Dre Ryder rocking the rim.
I think that's one of those things that about this San Diego team that again is understated. When you're playing really good team basketball, it's not one guy has to beat you. It's whoever has the matchup that night is who they're gonna feed. And some nights it happens to be one guy or another guy, but tonight it seems like Jackson State's gonna get Dre Ryder in bunches.
We're gonna see a lot of dosage of Dre Ryder tonight. We're gonna see a lot of dosage of Richard Alpine tonight, who hits that long two right there, showing off the mid-range game, shooting around 72% coming into the night. He is automatic.
That might have been the heaviest mid-range I've ever seen in my entire life.
You have never watched Joakim Noah, my friend.
His mid-range, he said, I'm not considering him a mid-range shooter.
I had friends that told me I shot where I became. I took high offense to that. But Richard Alpine back in the post right there. Finds JJ Ruff. Shot clock expiring for Jackson State again. Under 10 seconds. They're trying to waste a lot of time. Gets the shot right there. No good. San Diego State pulls it down. Inside, Joud Platts gets the layup. Ties the game at 36. With 4:44 to play. But Jackson State not going to let up. Mo Williams wants to talk things over with his team. You're watching SimWorld basketball on ESPN. Never mind, I have been told that. Well, I gotta let y'all know, who doesn't love sports? Always better with a friend, everybody. 5,000 EM signing bonus for head coaches, head coach referrals, and the super fans. SimWorldSports.com or Discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. Remember, the only place you can see the game, be the game.
And I want to give a special shout out to the people in attendance. We got Dre Pope, Coach Simpson, Coach Heath, Cyrus the Virus, Kai Killings, my man Davion Moore, Isaiah Orleans, Jay Midoriya. It means the absolute world that you guys are in attendance. Shout out Seed, shout out Danny Burns. If I missed you, did it. I said shout out Seed.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Seed is?
No, sir. JJ Ruff takes the ball to Deshaun Saul. Right back to JJ Ruff. Only 10 seconds on the shot clock again for Jackson State. If there's one thing they like to do, they like to waste the shot clock right there. JJ Ruff gets the drive inside and one. Eladio De Gracia calls for the foul right there for a potential three-point play for the Tigers. "5'8" short king, ladies and gentlemen. 5'8", 184. The sophomore is supposedly the spark plug off the bench for this Jackson State team, but has really struggled to find his groove early this season. Misses the free throw right there. Joud Platts with another rebound. Platts finds Ryder from three. Nothing but air right there. Jackson State regains possession with 4:03 to play in this first half.
I think he might have been feeling himself a little bit on that one. I think that was a heat check. I don't think he should have took that.
Dutcher takes out Joud Platts right there. Puts in Jameer Garth Hubler. Inside again. Jackson State turning their big men. No, Leland Buckley can't get it to go. San Diego State trying to find some room right there. Another bad contested shot from San Diego State. Not really sure what Austin Ajavon is doing there. Highly contested mid-range jumper when you're down 2. Any sort of enlightenment there, coach? And another foul drawn by by JJ Ruff on Austin Ajavon. Wonder if we're gonna see wonder if we're gonna see Dutcher sit him down. Maybe we'll see them turn back to Joud Platts, who they just gave a breather to.
I'm definitely not putting Joud Platts back in. You got to give him a breather. In a game like this, it's going to be tightly contested, especially with the Jackson State team having all this confidence. This game's going to be chippy. There are going to be unnecessary foul calls. Now, to go back to the mid-range, as contested as it was, I think he might have just lost track of the shot clock. That sometimes people, their internal clock speeds up the shot clock, and they're like, oh, I have the ball. They get kind of flustered and just take the first shot that enters their hands.
Understandable. And Pedro Alexander, the guy coming into the game for Brian Dutcher's squad. Not Joud Platts. Platts is going to get the much-needed breather. JJ Ruff has been to the line 3 times in the last 2 minutes, missed all 3 looks at the line. This could be a vastly different game right now, and Deshaun Saul gets called for the foul right there. We're going to see Ruff get taken out in favor of D. Woodley. Mo Williams certainly unhappy with his 6th man's free throw shooting. They are called free throws, 3 points. Coach Drayton, you've coached a lot of SimWorld Prep. You're going to SimWorld U. What's your ideology when it comes to free throws?
It's the most mind-numbing or racking thing in all of basketball when people can't hit arguably the easiest shot you'll get in your entire career. People say, oh, it's a layup. It's a mid-range that's wide open. No, it's a free throw. Especially, it kills me when smaller guards can't hit free throws, because it should have been the first thing you taught yourself. If you know you're not going to be 6'5 plus, you should be so technically sound that if you ever do get fouled, it's a guaranteed 2 points. And for some reason, basketball has moved away from the small guys making the free throws.
And that's Ajavon's 3rd foul of the first half. They're gonna have to sit him. Do you turn to Mason Kellogg? What's the ideology here?
Well, I kind of feel like they're one of those teams that doesn't really have a whole bunch of true centers. So I think there's several guys that they can sub in that can somewhat do the job of just holding the paint down, because again, they're not the type of team that has like a true rim protector. They have a whole bunch of guys that are athletic that can defend, and when you're defending in space, sometimes it looks like you're protecting the rim, but if you watch this game, Jackson State has gotten most of their points in the interior anyways.
40-36 right there. D. Woodley brings them both home after JJ Ruff misses 3 in a row at the line. Inside Traore. Shot no good. Buckley gets the board. Buckley finding D. Woodley. He's an ISO ball yet again. Trying to make something happen. There are 4 defenders around him, just shakes him. Manages to use his speed to get around. All of them gets his own offensive board at 5'11". What a possession for D. Woodley there, but still 5 seconds on the shot clock for Jackson State. They're going to have to put up a shot right now. Jackson State, long 3 for Roy Mason. No good. In transition, this is where San Diego State can do some damage. And I might have spoken too soon, Coach Brady.
That was 100% an ill-advised shot. And that ill-advised shot made them pay big time. I truly don't understand why the shot he thought to take was a fading 3.
You had the tempo, you had the advantage in the fast break, and that's rejected right there. D. Woodley hit the 3 on the last possession. He's taking him down the court again right now, trying to direct some traffic. 19 points for D. Woodley in the first half alone, and there's still a minute to play. Can't get that shot to go. I guess that when D. Woodley's talking, he can back it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I always respect guys that talk trash pre-game and then back it up in the game, because it's completely different when you're talking smack post-game. Like, yeah, you already won, of course you have something to say. But when you talk saying that you're going to destroy somebody pre-game and then you destroy them in-game, 2-11 in progress.
Delay right there, 43-40 in favor of Jackson State. The issue with D. Woodley is sometimes he's a little too boisterous and that he's a little bit too turnover prone. But other than that, he's a really nice guy to have off the bench of an SWBA roster. D. Woodley with the floater right there. He's up to 21 points now. Side and the slam.
And this San Diego State team 100% is not giving up. They have all the fight in the world. They do think that they're the team that can win this game. And some very small mistakes is why they're down right now.
D. Woodley gonna wait to take a last shot. But Eladio De Gracia called for his second foul of the half with 6.4 to play. And they're gonna send D. Woodley to the line. Bit of a head scratcher right there, but do they want to possess the ball back? Do they? I don't know.
I'm at a complete loss. Everything in my mind would tell me you probably, if he's dribbling the ball out, you kind of let him. Or if you feel like he's gonna take a shot, you maybe play tight defense, but you don't reach in and try and get a steal with 6 seconds left.
Absolutely. Goes 1 of 2 at the line, D. Woodley right there. Maybe that proved advantageous for San Diego State. We'll find out. Half-court shot! And it's off the front rim. Jackson State takes the 4-point lead at halftime in front of their home fans. The Lee E. Williams Athletic and Assembly Center is loving what they're seeing from their star guard right now. And we have a SimWorld ESPN halftime report presented by Speedo, my favorite brand of bathing suits. And the main common denominator of this first half was D. Woodley was cooking when Jackson State was cooking. 22 of the 47 points for 46 points for San Diego, or for Jackson State, I should say, for courtesy of D. Woodley. He's getting first round buzz, and he's trying to get himself back in that lottery conversation. He was talked a lot of trash before the game, and he's been the best player on the floor tonight.
Well, I think overall nobody can argue that he was probably the best player entering the game. That San Diego State as a team is a better team than Jackson State, but I don't think D. Woodley had any real rival in this game.
And that's going to do it for our ESPN halftime report.
England!
England.
Without a doubt. England!
England.
England. England. England.
England!
Scotland.
France.
Wales.
Wales.
Definitely Wales.
Scotland.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Murr. Underneath the DJ.
What's this gonna be? Lead pass. Roll. Stop it! Stop it! You did not do him like that!
Now goes to roll. Ran to the three-pointer out front. Hit it!
I need to shut up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with some second half action. Get your popcorn ready because Jackson State is ahead right now. D. Woodley with the easiest layup of his life. I guess there's still some lingering fatigue within that San Diego State locker room. They just got outran right there.
I mean, again, it's no surprise that he's putting on a clinic as far as scoring. I didn't think that they had any guards that could guard him. An amazing move by Cal Platts. I didn't think that they had anybody that could guard D. Woodley. Again, I think he's a phenomenal scorer. But when I think of guards, or rather point guards, it's their ability to lead an offense via their passing or their vision. And I'm not saying I don't see that from him. I'm just saying he doesn't do it often.
Okay, I can understand that. Well, let's talk about Jowd Platts after that bucket right there. He's getting a lot of love in SWBA circles lately. He's a second-round projected guy right now. I can see that changing very quickly. Lucina Traore inside. Can't get the layup to go. D. Woodley pulls down the rebound. Woodley finds Bryant in the corner. It's good! There's the D. Woodley assist you've been waiting for, Coach Drayton.
Yeah, I think that puts him at a total of 2 in an entire half and then some.
Beautiful find, though, to find a wide-open Renzo Bryant, who hits the 3. Believe that's his second of the game. Not known for his three-point shooting, but has been shooting the rock pretty well tonight.
And college basketball is one of those things where it's all about people stepping up for big matchups as D. Woodley slams that home.
Did not know D. Woodley could jump like that.
He's a little sneaky athlete. I wouldn't say he's on the more athletic side. A little sneaky, wide open rim. I think he'll get fast break dunks kind of guy. Not gonna just go and surprise somebody with like a poster, but a little sneaky athlete.
Jowd Platt, that's why GMs love him. Gets his own, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, cleans it right back up. Really important to the San Diego State team. 13 points a game, 13.8, leading the team in scoring. But Alpine getting doubled right there. Finds D. Woodley. Even though Shackelford was open. Shot clock expiring. No good. San Diego right back up there for Richard Alpine, the big man. 225 pounds of pure big body. Gets that in for Jackson State.
They listed his middle school. I'm looking at him. There's no way he's doing it.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, when I spoke to Richard Alpine, he told me he is, quote-unquote, 400 pounds and likes to play basketball. I think that would be the most accurate description of this young freshman I've ever heard. Except the 400 might be a tad of an over-exaggeration. A little hyperbolic.
I don't know how hyperbolic that is. He definitely is on the heavier side. He's at least 250.
They say, right, Drayden? If they ain't too late, 280, they ain't late. But D. Woodley called for the foul right there. 16:27 left in this ball game. D. Woodley visibly frustrated, talked a lot of smack in that first half. Unhappy to send Lucina Traore to the line right now. Traore has some famous relatives related to two famous soccer stars, Adama and Moha Traore. Pretty cool knowing that athleticism runs in the family, Coach Drayton.
I mean, you're talking about soccer. I could tell you, like, absolutely nothing. I can't even pretend I know anything about it. That's so far out of my realm that if you told me those guys were the best goalkeeping duo ever, I'd be like, yup.
Would not call soccer my strong suit either. That's why I'm calling SimWorld basketball. Why we both are. Steal right there and a score right there. Mason Kellogg. That's a 6'9" big man running like a guard.
And you gotta love that they're definitely not gonna let this game get away from them. As amazing as D. Woodley has been. Hello. As amazing as D. Woodley has been, they still are playing team basketball. It's very rare. Oh my God! $1 million
Flying
move.
to miss the shot.
$1 million move, 5 cents.
Talk about $1 million finish right there. Renzo Bryant with the slam. That Indianapolis native showing off his bunnies, showing off hops, showing off the Mac McClung regime. Jackson State's been in control for the majority of this game. Jout Glatz right there, through contact. It doesn't matter. Jackson State may only be leading by 5, but it feels like they've been this clearly superior team in this game. They've looked better from start to finish, and it's all because of D. Woodley. Puts that shot up, gets that shot to go. 7-point lead for Jackson State.
And Torrey just simply can't guard him. I think a switch of the of a matchup needs to happen or something, because as it currently stands, D. Woodley is having his absolute way with him. And for every time that D. Woodley scores, he tries to retaliate back, like trying to rally the team, like, hey, I can get him, but it's not working in his favor.
Alpine with the rebound right there. Kicks it out. Renzo Bryant, long 2. Off the front rim. San Diego State regains possession. Dre Ryder been a large non-factor after his 4 early threes. Jout Glatz on the inside, gets stripped from behind. That's San Diego State basketball with 14 minutes and 12 seconds to play right there. Just talk about the block right there from Leland Buckley. Just right place, right time. Gets his hand up. True freshman too. And I guess San Diego State's going to talk some things over here with 14-12 left in this second half. You're watching SimWorld basketball on ESPN.
See the game, be the game.
Danger excites me, but I can't fully enjoy it when I smell like fear and body odor. So I prepare myself with a manly scent of Old Spice Danger Zone. Because even if something bad does happen to a Danger Zone man, it won't smell like something bad happened. Because the secret to smelling good is... And when you smell like Old Spice Danger Zone, trust me, you'll smell like you have nothing to worry about.
You smell like you look amazing.
Amazing, I know.
Introducing Old Spice Danger Zone with all-day odor protection.
welcome back to Jackson, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, where D. Woodley is having his way out there. Lucina Traore can't hold him like the Macklemore Ray Dalton song. Coach Drayton, do you have some words of wisdom for Lucina Traore?
Grit your teeth and do something. I mean, there's nothing worse as a coach than watching a guy. It almost feels like not give full effort on defense and allow his matchup to completely bully him from end to end.
And we're back here. Action is back. 14:07 to play. San Diego State trying to get themselves back into this one. And it looks like Brian Dutcher finally took out Lucina Traore. Inside and rejected right there. Jackson State's phenomenal performance continues. Alpine, no good. No D. Woodley on the court either. Both starting point guards are getting a breather right now, but Richard Alpine is not to be taken lightly.
And I think this is San Diego State's perfect chance to come back, because sometimes there's hidden gems on people's bench that, depending on the matchup and depending on the team, they never really get to shine. I think Davion Warwick is definitely one of those guys.
Coach Drayton, I'm glad to hear you say that, because San Diego State's really struggling without Jowd Platts out on the floor right now. Andre Ryder, who seems to have lost his mojo. But no D. Woodley is really their golden opportunity. Draws a screen right there inside Alpine, and it's good. Roy Mason, Roy Mason, Jackson native. Born and raised hometown hero for the sophomore.
I mean, when guys are hitting shots like that, you can sometimes tell when players are in a rhythm and they feel like, yeah, this is my game.
D. Woodley's felt that all night.
Absolute dime right there by Davion Warwick. I think somebody earlier was saying that he may be the spark plug off the bench.
So a 5-point deficit for San Diego State, though. I think the guy that was saying that, I don't know if that's really trust his basketball knowledge, to be completely honest. But Roy Mason yet again, looking like Kyrie Irving right out there, looking like an acrobat. Acrobatic finish after acrobatic finish. Offensive rebound for the Aztecs. Garth Hoopler gets the shot to go. Hubler.
They're only down 5, and it doesn't seem like anybody outside of Roy Mason in this secondary unit, and Roy Mason's a starter, by the way, has really been able to get their offensive flow going.
And Richard Alpine nearly gets stolen right there. Renzo Bryant manages to corral it. Bryant nearly draws a double. San Diego State playing some tough defense. Bryant to the rack, can't get it. San Diego State with an opportunity to cut into this deficit a little bit. They're going to go right back to Davion Warwick, who finds Mason Kellogg, the freak athlete backup center. Kellogg through contact right there. What a finish.
And with no D. Woodley, that 7-point lead has been decimated down to 3 points.
And Jackson State takes a 3-point lead into a timeout. But remember, folks, you're missing out if you're not tuning into all of the great content across the SimWorld universe. SimWorld Sports, 5 stars, ladies and gentlemen. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 stars. Great community, most immersion I've ever seen. It is completely free and is a high recommend. You could be a player, coach, fan, media member, or more. Come talk in the booth with me and Coach Drayton. Come be a player. Come coach like Coach Drayton. We got plenty for everybody. We got something for all of you. And as my friends the Costco guys would say, SimWorld Sports gets 5 big boobs.
I don't think I've heard that one before.
Doesn't love sports? Who doesn't love SimWorld Sports? Who doesn't love Jackson State clinging onto a 3-point lead with 11 minutes left? We love mid-major basketball. JJ Ruff with the move, nearly gets a hand on it, but is a second too late right there. Darian Hunt just a nanosecond late. Warwick finds Kellogg. Wasting a little bit of time right now. Time is of the essence right now, Coach Drayton.
Yeah, I think on that dead ball, I probably would have substituted in Dre Ryder with the starters not really in for Jackson State. This is the perfect time to try and get somebody who started off the game hot to try and get them back in rhythm, but every coach has their own philosophies.
That is certainly true. Going to the line right now is Jameer Garth Hubler, 69.2% free throw shooter. Got some pretty cool tattoos right now, and he's one of the more sarcastic players on this San Diego State team. I've spoken to him a little bit. He's quite the joker. It's pretty funny. He's no Assad Drayton, but he's funny.
I never make jokes. Everything completely serious.
Please do not take this. My broadcast partner is a liar and cannot be trusted, ladies and gentlemen. He loves to kind of seek out those rivalries on the court. Garth Hubler, he likes to talk a little bit of smack himself as well. It's not just a D. Woodley thing. Speaking of D. Woodley, still on the pine for Mo Williams. Interesting decision when he was sizzling hot. JJ Ruff inside, can't get the shot to go. Garth Hubler called for the foul. Going to the line is JJ Ruff, who has not made a free throw all game.
I'm going to agree with the foul call right there. I understand that there wasn't finesse with the foul. He ran full speed into the defender.
Ruff, the line, missed 3 in the first half. See if he can make some magic happen at the line this time. Finally makes his first of the game. 4-point lead for Jackson State. Coming into the game, though, we have Alexander and Darian Hunt Alexander moving to small forward for Eladio De Gracia coming into the game for San Diego State. Still no Dre Ryder, but JJ Ruff back in the line for the second shot. And no good. He's 1 of 5 from the line right now.
At 5'8", that's unacceptable. There's nothing you can tell me that there's a good reason why somebody 5'8" is 1 for 5 from free throws.
Inside and the slam. Deshaun Saul. 6-point lead for the Tigers. San Diego State going to talk some things over with just under 10 minutes to play in this game. 6-point lead for Jackson State. You're watching SimWorld Hoops basketball on ESPN.
See the game, be the game.
Delivery. Give me a shot if anybody comes in. You got it. Bud Light, the mother load. Hey, here he comes. Hide. Did you hear something?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Bartender, 20 Bud Lights. Oh no!
Make it a Bud Light.
Going up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. San Diego State trying to talk some things over right now. Their starters have had quite the breather in the second half. I think Brian Butcher has to return to the starting five right now. You're looking to claw your way back into this game. They've managed to fight to keep it close and continue to fight, but it's gradually slipping through their fingers.
And you need more than a spark plug. You need players to come wake up on defense. It seems like the paint for this San Diego State team is relatively free, and it seems like when they do try and harper down on protecting the paint, it leads to fouls. And that's something that if you want to play competitive basketball in Hoopsteria, you need. No team, I think, can make it far in college basketball if they can't defend the paint.
Let's talk about the player spotlight. ESPN SimWorld U Player of the Game. You should already know who this is, ladies and gentlemen. D. Woodley. He has been everywhere tonight. He has 28 points, and he has sat for the last 3 or 4 minutes. With 9.5 minutes to play in this game, expect him to eclipse 30, if not 40, points on primetime.
Absolute offense in a can. He generally is getting to his spots whenever he wants to, and I don't think anybody on San Diego State is even really trying to stop him.
Absolutely. Traore back in the game has the size advantage on D. Woodley, but they go to Jowd Platts, pulls up from mid-range and gets it. 4-point deficit for San Diego State. Number 18 Aztecs on the ropes in what could potentially be their 3rd consecutive loss. D. Woodley. That's who they're going to have to contain, and they get a steal on him right there. That's a great start for San Diego State. Trey Ryder gets that steal. Ryder on the inside. Finds Ajavon, can't get the shot to go. D. Woodley had an open 3, opts not to take it. Drives inside. That's 30 for D. Woodley. 32. But 32 is more than 30, so.
And I mean, at some point, these guys got to wake up on defense. You can't allow him to get to the paint whenever he wants. He's kind of getting whatever shot that he believes he should take. And he's having one of those games where somebody's going to look back and be like, this is the game that made him get drafted.
Thinking the same. I really, really am. This Jackson State team is not elite by any means, but they are a very, very tough basketball team because D. Woodley, you said it, he's offense in a can. If we're talking pure scoring ability, where does he rank in SimWorld U?
I think he ranks in that top 10 rank. It's hard for me to ever say that somebody's a better scorer than Cooper Kenji Cross, because if you hand him the ball in the ocean 40 feet away from a basket, he's still going to get a bucket on 2 dribbles.
I think the 2 offense in a can players that I'm really, really enamored with this season in SimWorld U, Cooper Kingy Cross, Lamarian Sherwood. That man is an absolute tank.
I think Sherwood's like the return to old style bigs. I think his game is really great in college, but with how a lot of SWBA coaches coach currently, I think he kind of gets phased out of offenses.
He reminds me a lot of Jalil Okafor, where he's a guy that was great in college because the game was different. But once he reaches the pros and the 3-pointer becomes more prevalent, it's either going to be sink or swim for him.
I think he's a skilled enough basketball player as far as Sherwood that I think he would be able to develop that part of his game to become a more viable big. Do I agree with him having to? No, but I currently coach high school, not pro basketball.
Actually, you're going to coach college soon. Congrats on the promotion, Coach Drayton. Very excited to see what you do at Syracuse, who's had the disaster of all disaster seasons right now.
There's a lot of talent on that team. I definitely think I don't want to blame a singular coach. I think a lot has happened bad for the team, and it's made them not be productive.
That's the one thing you can't have there, Jowd Platts. Shot clock violation. Jackson State regains possession with 7 minutes and 18 seconds to play. And Keon Anthony coming in is really going to be a saving grace for the Orange program. I know that's a guy you're pretty high on. I know you're a Carmelo guy. D. Woodley, 34. He's getting different looks now. They're changing up the assignment on him.
And like a hot knife through butter, he's absolutely cutting straight through anybody that they put on him. Gal Platt's the big man with the big assist.
Side of D. Woodley, Jowd Platts has been the most impressive player on the floor tonight. And I don't think, and honestly, I'm just going to say argue with the wall. D. Woodley inside gets fouled by Darian Hunt. 2 more at the line for D. Woodley right now. Chance to increase his scoring total to 36 on ESPN.
And I understand the change of assignment of putting Darian Hunt on D. Woodley, but we know he's not going to pass the ball. Why not put somebody like Dre Ryder, who, while he would have a harder time staying in front of him, would at least be able to contest some of the mid-range shots? It ultimately ends up being one of those things that you see where he's killing everybody in front of him, and that's the sole reason why you're losing. I think that's his 33rd point. He's almost contributed half of Jackson State's points by himself.
Absolutely. D. Woodley, 37. 76-70.
I mean, when a guy's having a game like this, you kind of have to pull out all stops. I'm not saying you take the Cooper Kinkley Cross effect where you just double him every time he gets the ball, but he's definitely getting close to that level of scoring on San Diego State.
Certainly. Traore inside. And score right there for Lucina Traore. Not his night, but nice bucket right there to help San Diego State return this game to within 4. You need to stop right there. D. Woodley, that's not what you want. D. Woodley.
I think I literally warned people about that exact mid-range pull-up and why the matchup needed to be switched.
38 for D. Woodley. Head coach Brian Dutcher looks frustrated to the ends of the earth right now with 5:30 to play in this game. Trying to get something going. D. Woodley, open 3. No good. Jowd Platts pulls down the rebound. Platts playing point guard. Taking the ball up the court. Finds Dre Ryder. Very quiet over the last 20 or so minutes of this game, Coach Drayton. Since his sizzling start. And a beautiful play right there. Lucina Traore with a fiery finish at the rack. D. Woodley, floater, it's good, and that's 40, ladies and gentlemen. Officially has half of the points for Jackson State right now.
And I mean, in Coach Dutcher's defense, he's switched the matchup. He's rotated the defense, and it kind of seems like the guys on his team are letting everything that D. Woodley said and is saying get to their heads. It just seems like nobody can stay in front of him, and the guys that try to stay in front of him are kind of getting embarrassed. Amazing finish by Darian Hunt, but unless they can get a stop right here, it seems like the D. Woodley show will continue to go on.
Being guarded by Hunt inside, gets exactly what he wants again. Can't get the floor though, but does get his offensive rebound. D. Woodley is everywhere tonight. Inside Bryant and the slam. 6-point lead for Jackson State.
And it might seem like a drop in the bucket. Nobody's talking about it as basketball's moved to everybody shooting as many threes as possible. But this Jackson, this JSU team definitely has shown that you can win games from literally mashing the paint the entire time, as they're 5 from 10 from the 3, but the rest of their shots have come from inside of the painted area.
Another bucket right there for Jackson State. 8-point lead. 3 minutes to go in this one. Time is running out for San Diego State. Coaching malpractice, defensive malpractice, I don't know what have you, but it is not going their way tonight. Looking like it will be 3 straight losses for the Aztecs. Unless something drastic changes, then it looks like they could be out of next week's SP ranking. Spin for Traore and rejected. Aztecs maintain possession, but have just 2.4 on the shot clock.
It plain as day just looks like they're getting out-athleted. It seems like the athletes on Jackson State are able to run up and down the court with no fatigue, and it seems like San Diego State is very complacent in the shots that they take. They get complacent on the passes that they're making. When they first came out in this game, they came out firing on all cylinders. They started the game taking, I want to say, 6 to 7 threes to open the game up. They've completely eliminated taking threes out of their game. They're not running any actions to really get guys open outside of the basic pick and roll. And as good as Jao Platts is, as good as Dre Ryder is, as good as Lucina Torre is, without actions being called for them, they aren't necessarily the players that can just go and create their own shots like guys like D. Woodley and like Renzo Bryant and like Roy Mason have been tonight.
Absolutely. San Diego State needs this timeout. Nothing going their way. 7.5 to play in this game. Also, for those of you who are not tuning into this game, there is SimWorld football. College football playoffs on. Notre Dame, Penn State, 2 football schools. But we're more focused on the basketball schools right now. We're focused on San Diego State and Jackson State. So make Penn State wait. And that's Ajavon's 4th foul of the game. Jackson State gets the ball right there. D. Woodley back with possession. You hear the Jackson State faithful, and he drives to the rack, and a little bit of flair on that one. Javon Quinterly would be proud.
And I, as a coach, have to wonder what's going on, because I'm not saying that they ever stopped him in this game, but at some point, somebody has to be willing to step up.
Absolutely. 2:16 to play in this one. Jackson State's Richard Alpine Roy Mason called for the foul right there. Dre Ryder going to the line right here. Had 12 points in the first half, has not scored since maybe the halfway mark of the first half. Disaster. Ryder hits it. Still down 9, so they're gonna need a miracle. They're gonna need this. They're gonna need the Tracy McGrady to convert to a college student if they want to win this game.
I mean, that necessarily might not even matter if they don't stop D. Woodley from getting whatever he wants.
And that's the one thing you can't have there. You had a chance for the offensive rebound. Richard Alpine pulls it down. D. Woodley, another pull-up shot. Good effort there by Mason, but no. San Diego State corrals it. Traore, they're not going for a quick shot. They're looking for a high percentage look. Ryder, and it's a turnover. Jackson State down the court. Jackson Garth Hubler's 3rd foul, personal 13th foul of the game. And Richard Alpine, if there's one thing I know about him, he loves a good Big Mac.
He definitely eats glass, so to speak. He's one of those guys that everybody would love to have on their team.
Rumor he eats 2 to 3 McDonald's Big Macs plus 1 McChicken a day. That's how he maintains, as he says, his tip-top physique. Coach Drayton.
I personally don't really eat McDonald's, so I don't know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Traore, 1-2. No good. Renzo Bryant pulls it down. Is D. Woodley going for the single-season scoring record? Let's find out in the final 90 seconds here in Jackson. Finds Roy Mason. Woodley. Another 10 seconds left in the shot clock. We go back to Alpine. They had Shackelford, but they're looking for D. Woodley, I would only have to assume. Long two, Renzo Bryant, no good. Twirls the iron right there. Messina Traore pulls it down. Inside, Ajavon, no good. D. Woodley back with the basketball, and it's looking like Jackson State's going to escape with one here. Or not escape with one because they've been winning for the majority of the game, but win their third in a row. And D. Woodley, another floater. That floater. Gross.
I'm just so lost on the shot selection at the end of this game for San Diego State. You know you're down a bunch of points. Why do you keep trying to mash the paint when you have never had success scoring in the paint this game?
And Jackson State's an undersized team, which is surprising that they weren't able to be successful down low. It's really only Richard Alpine, or Mr. Big Mac, as I like to call him. The Big Mac finds Renzo Bryant, his roommate, and no good. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that is game, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson State pulls out a 90-77 victory. San Diego State falls to 7-5, while Jackson State improves the record to 500, getting to 7-7. D. Woodley was the star of the show tonight, but that, remember folks, SimWorld, only place you can see the game, be the game. See y'all tomorrow.
This has been a presentation